All right, folks, it's 2025, and I haven't done a tutorial for IngramSpark since 2024. So let's dive into that today. I'm going to be showing you how you can self-publish your book on IngramSpark in 2025. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Mary Kate M.K. Williams. I'm an author, and I love sharing my insights about all things books and publishing with you. Before I get into the details of today's topic, don't forget to hit subscribe. You'll be notified every week when I put out new videos about publishing, making a career to being an author, and now being a mompreneur. So today I'm going to be publishing a second edition of an existing book. So what I'm going to show you is how to upload a brand new print book with a paperback and a hardcover. And I'm going to show you how to disable the earlier edition so only the new edition is for sale. Okay. Now, before you upload, I want to give you a few pointers. What I always recommend that you do, have this tutorial up on one screen if you have two monitors, and have your instance of IngramSpark up on the other. You can follow along with exactly what you're doing. You can pause this video. You can speed it up. You can slow it down. You can rewind and go back as many times as you need, okay? Now, what you do need before you upload anything to IngramSpark is the final till death do you part interior file for your print book. It needs to be a PDF. You need a cover file. It needs to be a PDF. And I would say 99% of you need to have it in the template. The 1% of you who don't are professional graphic designers. So if you're not a professional graphic designer, you need the cover file in the IngramSpark cover template. You need to know your ISBN, your book description. You need to have a plan for your keywords as well as your BSAC categories. You need to know what your plan is for pricing as well as for your launch date. Okay. If you have all of that ready, go ahead. Now, I'm actually filming this the same day that I am filming my KDP upload tutorial because I upload them on the same day. So if you're planning to use both IngramSpark and KDP or KDP and IngramSpark and Draft to Digital and a bunch of other things, do it all on the same day. You're already going to have your files up. You know where everything is. You're ready to rock and roll, copy pasting your descriptions, okay? If you don't have time to do that today, hit pause, come back in a day when you do, okay? All right, let's dive in. All right, welcome to the IngramSpark upload tutorial here in June of 2025. I am really excited to show this to you guys today, and I know that if you're watching this, that means you are about to upload your book. You have done the thing. This is the moment. I'm really excited for you, and I'm really excited to show you how to do this. Okay, so we're on the IngramSpark titles page. If you don't have any titles yet, this should be blank. I do have titles. So I can either click up in this right-hand corner, Add Title, or I could come over here to the left menu side and click Add Title. Either one works. Either way will get you there. You do you. Okay, so I have some options. I can upload a print and ebook, similar to the KDP tutorial upload. It does streamline it. I do not do distribution for my ebooks through IngramSpark, so I'm going to be doing print book only. But you do have this option to do print and ebook together, and it streamlines it for you. Instead of doing all the print upload and then doing all of an ebook upload, it actually kind of condenses some of the questions, which is really nice. If that is you, click that. I am just doing a print book right now. Okay. All right, and then it says, do you have your files ready to upload? Yes, all my files are ready. I always recommend that you have your files done and ready. It is the wrong kind of stress and pressure to say, nope, I'm going to upload it and I'm betting I'm going to have my files on time. Don't do it. I would say there's a handful of authors that I know who have been self-publishing as long as I have, who have lots of books under their belt where I'd be like, you know what? You have your system, you have your routine, you know the risk you're taking, go for it. If you're a first-time author, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. All right. So now it's going to confirm like, okay, so you have your print cover and you have your print interior. So you know you're ready. So this is a way for them to double check, like, all right, you have to make sure they're formatted before you upload this. Okay. Now you have two options. I can print and distribute the book, right? So I can say, yep, you're going to approve the print file and you're going to send it out to your network for Barnes and Noble and bookshop.org and Waterstones and all the other digital retailers. Or I can say, I just want to have the option to print my book and I order copies that come to me and I sell them out of the back of my car. I sell them at book fairs and things like that. If you want to just have the print book and do it that way, you can do that through IngramSpark. I want to print and distribute, so that is what I am checking, okay? All right, here we go. Let's start getting the metadata entered. So just like I did for KDP, I copy and paste the title. I do not want to risk that I have fat fingered something, that I have inverted letters, because this is like the name on your birth certificate. Okay. You don't get to change it. See this? You don't, they don't let you change it afterwards. Okay. All right. The print ISBN. I'm going to upload the paperback first, and then I will do the hardcover. There we go. Okay, that is my ISBN. Everything is good. If I didn't have one, they say you can purchase your own from Bowker, which is recommended, or you can get the free one from them. They are even saying, we recommend you own it. I recommend you own it, okay? All right, publishing rights. I own the copyright, or I hold the necessary publishing rights, or this is a public domain work. I own the copyright to this book. This is my book. And then it's asking me, am I using a famous name of a brand, anything with trademarks, anything along those lines? And I need to be honest about that. And I can honestly say my book does not include. Okay. All right, this is the first time I've seen this since the last time I uploaded, but has artificial intelligence been used in creation of this work? No. Okay. Now, this is interesting. If I clicked yes, I could say if it was text, images, or editorial. That's very interesting that it's even asking for that distinction because the Amazon one didn't. But I can honestly say no, I did not use that anywhere. I'm very happy with that. Okay. Now this is additional fields for optimization. If you have a subtitle, if you have a series name, series number, edition name, and edition number. So in this case, I am going to fill this out. Series number 1, edition number 3. Okay, so this is part of the Author Your Ambition series. It is the first book in the series, and this is the 3rd edition of it. So that way everything is aligned and it will show through on all the retailer pages correctly. Now, if you don't have a series name, don't fill it out. If you don't have a subtitle, don't fill it out. If you don't have an edition number, if this is the very first edition, you don't need to put edition 1 in there. That would only be applicable if you're having future editions released. So if you don't have anything to fill in here, you can just hide this and leave it blank, okay? All right, authors and contributors. So again, I'm going to put my name for the author. If you had somebody write the foreword, if you have a co-author, if you had an illustrator, this is where you're going to put that information. Okay, so that's updated. Now, as you'll see, my imprint is populating here. That was pulled dynamically from when I entered my ISBN. So in KDP, I have to manually copy paste this in letter for letter. IngramSpark is smart, and they just took care of that for me, and that makes me happy. So subject. So these are your BSAC codes. These are standard codes that apply across all the bookstores. Amazon has more categories in their bookstore, so they don't use BSAC codes. IngramSpark uses BSAC codes, okay? So we are going to look under here for writing. Okay, so I need language arts. Okay, so I'm going to pick authorship. I'm going to pick general, and I'm going to pick fiction writing. I could have picked, oh, I think business aspects is, but let me go with that one. Okay. Okay, so this is what this book is related to. I get to pick 3. Select audience. This is grown-up audience. Now this one, I have to pick the audience. It is optional in KDP. It is not optional here. So I'm going to say it's general book meant for grown-ups. Okay. As you can see here, you have juvenile, you have young adult, you have elementary. That's not applicable here. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So now, same thing with the description. Same thing with the description. I'm going to copy and paste because you know what? I like that it's copied and pasted. Okay, keywords. So I'm going to type out the keyword and I have to separate them with a colon, whereas in KDP it was separate fields. I have to use the semicolon to separate them. Okay, so I've typed in all of my keywords. I have separated them with a semicolon and I'm ready to click continue. So now we've gotten to the print information. My trim size is 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, you can see there's lots of options there. Make sure you're definitely clicking the one that you want, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to do black and white interior. I'm going to do that on the cream paper. This is the paperback, perfect bound, and I'm going to do matte. So it is nice that it kind of starts to show that all for you there. Um, Okay, duplex enabled, no. So duplex is when the cover has a um, obviously the exterior cover has an image on it, but then the interior of the cover can have an image on it. I've not done that. I don't intend to, so no duplex. Okay, so now it's telling me this is your estimated print cost. Again, this isn't a surprise to me because I use the IngramSpark print price calculator, so I can see how much it's going to cost, what I need to do. Okay, now for the pricing. So if I enter the retail price for the US, it will start to translate that price for me across all the other regions. I've already done some research on what I think is a fair price in all of these regions, so I can update it a bit to make sure that it's not overpriced when we just do that auto translation. It does that sometimes. All right, in the US, the minimum discount is 40%. I really don't plan to sell these books into retail. This is really a book that does well online because it's about self-publishing. So, okay, and I always mark them as returnable, but to destroy when I have them returnable and to deliver to me. It is a very expensive feat. And one thing that I don't love is that even if IngramSpark misprints it and there is a book returned because it is misprinted or damaged in shipping, I'm the one who has to eat the cost for it. Don't love that. So I have it destroyed so that way I do not have to eat any more costs. Yes, I understand discount less than 55%, less likely that bookstores will purchase my title. I understand by selecting yes, destroy, that it can be returned to Ingram. I won't receive a physical copy back. I understand the currency conversion. Okay. Okay. I actually like doing the look inside the book. I think that's good. It is not a large text edition. I could select that here if it was. And it is not right to left. So there are certain languages that are written right to left. So if this was manga, if this was something in Hebrew, or I believe Arabic is also right to left, written and read, I would put that here, but that is not the case. It is left to right. So that is what I'm sticking with. Publication date. Right, today's the 19th. I'm guessing this is gonna be all good by the 20th, so I'm gonna say tomorrow, the 20th. If for some reason you wanted to do a pre-order, this is how you do it on IngramSpark. So let's say you wanted to do a pre-order and you wanted your book to go out in a month, so July 21st. You would select both the publication date and the on sale date as July 21st. I don't understand why they do it that way. I don't why they don't just say, "Do you want to do a pre-order? What day do you want it released?" It's much simpler, in my opinion, when they do that. IngramSpark likes to make it complicated. Why not? So if you want to do a pre-order, you pick your release date and you fill both fields in as your release date. Okay. I am not going to be doing that. So let me go back and actually just put it forward. Okay. Continue. Okay. So here is where I can upload my files. I can go to the file organizer and click through, or I can drag and drop. Either one works. Print interior. Love it. Okay. And then the print cover. This is the paperback. That's for KDP. I need the paperback for IngramSpark. Thank you so much, 100 Covers, for very clearly labeling things. A little nervy. Okay, so it's showing the uploaded date. It's uploading. Um, Now, unlike KDP, where you can automatically see a preview, IngramSpark is going to email me a preview that I then have to look at and prove. So right here, they're both uploaded. I'm going to click continue. Right, they're going to look at the metadata and they're going to look at the files to validate them. Thankfully, working with Atticus for the interior formatting and 100 Covers, I expect to not get any file validation errors. That's the nice thing of working with a professional or using the software is it knows how to have it set so that way it gets it right the first time. Okay, so then you click yes, proceed. So confirmation. This is me looking at all the details. Okay, this is a little bit of a speak now or hold your peace. That's the correct trim size. That's a correct ISBN, correct paper color, correct page count. Beautiful. We love it. This used to be where I would have to pay money. But with IngramSpark, you can upload a title for free. Revisions are free for the first 60 days. After that, there would be a cost here. By authorize, complete submission. All right, congratulations, confetti. So I will, in the next couple days, see the digital proof. I will have to review and approve it, and then I can order a copy and enable distribution. So what I will do next is I will show you when I get that email to approve it. That applies to everybody, first edition, second edition, whatever. So I will show you that next, and then I will also show you when I have to do the second edition step, okay? Okay, that was how you set up the paperback. Now I'm going to set up the hardcover. You can go through that entire process again to do the hardcover, but what's really nice is IngramSpark is going to let me duplicate. I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? I'm actually going to show you the hardcover now as well. I just uploaded the paperback, so I'm waiting for all the files to come through for approval from IngramSpark. But what I am going to do is also have a hardcover version of this book. So instead of clicking add title up at the top or over on the side and making a whole new listing, I'm going to click duplicate. Okay, this is going to allow me to go in and use all the same metadata to create a hardcover version. This is much more was going through and re-uploading everything, okay? The title flows through. I can put in a new hardcover ISBN because it is different for the hardcover. Okay, so all the same questions that I answered before, I'm answering again, but some of it is already pulling through, which makes my life so much easier. See, my name is already in there. My BSAT codes are already in there. My description is already in there. Love it. Okay, my series name, the edition, it's all still in there. Everything is in there already that I put in there. I love it. It makes my life so much easier. Okay. 5.5 by 8.5. Black and white. Cream. For a hardback. Okay, so now you have several options. You can do the jacketed case laminate, you can do the jacket over a digital cloth, or you could just do case laminate. I'm just doing case laminate for my nonfiction books. For fiction, I would do the dust cover over the digital cloth, but because it's nonfiction, I just have the case laminate. See, it remembered my page number. So helpful. It's just like the other one. I'm uploading the interior, I'm uploading the exterior. Again, 100 covers, title, platform, hardback. Love it. Taking care of that for me. And then it gets approved the first time. Okay, so we're getting back to this page. We're confirming everything. And then we'll go ahead and click confirm. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. And when I get the confirmation emails, I'll pick back up. All right, so now that I've uploaded, I need to actually sit tight for up to a day, 2 days, 3 days until I get my print proof in my email. And I'm going to show you how you approve that right now. So the next step for IngramSpark is for IngramSpark print books for paperback or hardcover is getting your digital proof and reviewing it to approve it. Now you're going to get the email. It's going to look like this. It's going to have your ISBN and the title. You can click approve eProof in email. You can log into IngramSpark and you can go to your titles. As you can see, I have all the books getting ready. And you can see for self-publishing and now for book marketing, it says awaiting your approval. I could click approve here. I could go over to this pending approval over on the left-hand side and click there. There are multiple ways for you to get to see I have books to approve and I need to approve them, okay? So I'm going to click on the first title, which is self-publishing for the first-time author, which is the one that I showed you before, the perfect bound paperback. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the eProof. Okay. And I'm going to open that eProof. Now, it gives you the instructions on the first few pages. That is not going to be in your book. Don't worry. This is actually a new format for how they've done it before, so it's a bit more stylized. That's why it's taking so much longer. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through, and just like I did when I was showing you guys for the Amazon print, where I look through every page. Does it look right? Is this the correct interior? Is everything right? I'm going to be doing that here. Um, so I can actually say, yes, I approve this. No, I don't approve this. It looks like it's really slow to load, so I don't love that right now. Usually once it's loaded and it's fine. It even has like the proof watermark over it. Okay. Well, now it's a bit easier to load because we're not dealing with the images anymore. Now this is showing me single pages. It's not showing me the side by side, but I obviously know when the gutter is really wide like that, that's because this is a right-hand page versus a left-hand page. And that's fine with me. All right, so I'm going to scroll through, make sure everything looks good before I hit approve. Okay, so I've scrolled through the book. Now I'm going to click back over to this page I was on before. Okay, so I have reviewed my digital proof for my paperback book. Okay, I have 4 options. I have 2 ways that I can approve the title, and I have 2 ways that I can decline the title. Okay, I can say I approve it. It is good to distribute. Send it out to retailers. Okay, I can say I approve it, but it's only approved for me to print orders that I can ship to myself, and I can sell them out of my car. I can sell them at festivals. I can sell them direct on my website. That's the only way I'm approving it. That's option number 2. Then I can say, I don't approve, but hey, I already have revised files. This is really good for when you've submitted it and in the time you're waiting. Like I had a 2-day wait between when I submitted. It was more a day and a half. I got the email last night. I waited to record this for you guys. Um, but I got the email and then was like, okay, let's go ahead. And I already realized there was a typo. So I already know I have new files. I'm going to upload those. Or no, I don't approve. And there's something that's wrong, not with the files I submitted, but with how you guys put it together. Like if I know I gave the right files, but suddenly it's a totally wrong book interior, I'll be like, hey, that's not my book. And you would fill that out down here. Okay. And then submit. I have reviewed this. I approve it. It is good for distribution by me. So I am going to click continue. All right. So I selected the very first one, approved, send it out from my account. People can make orders. It's going to go to the retailers. Okay. So those are the 4 options that you have when you're approving a book on IngramSpark. I never click to promote the title. Maybe there will be a day that I do this and I test it out for you guys. Today's not that day. All right. So I'm going to click no. But every single time it gives you that option. Okay. And now that is the final step for publishing your print book on IngramSpark. First edition, second edition, whatever. That is the final step. Congratulations. Your book is there. I would say it would take about a week. Give yourself 5 business days before you start checking your links and start promoting it. Some people will get their links right away. Some people, it'll kind of trickle. You'll see the title, and then the next day the cover will show up, and then the next day the description shows up. Don't panic the first day when you just see the title and not the other things, because I'm telling you it's going to take a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to titles and show you what this looks like when it's done, and I've approved it for distribution. Okay. So as you can see, this one, title available, and you see this highlighted globe. That means it's approved for distribution. So if I had somehow clicked that second option, approve, but not for distribution, this would be grayed out. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this recording, and then I'm going to pick back up to show you what I need to do for the second edition. Okay. Okay, folks, that's it. So now my print books are live and they're updated. So if you are publishing a first edition, congratulations, your book is ready. If you're like me and you're publishing a second, a third, fourth edition, and you want to see how you can disable a previous book, stay tuned. Seconds have passed, but right now we are going to focus on the second edition portion. So this is actually a third edition of self-publishing for the first-time author. So this book is live. Yay, that's what I want. What I need to do, though, is to make sure that these books are no longer being distributed. This is the earlier edition, right? So I need to send a support request to IngramSpark to ask that they remove these books from distribution. Okay, so I'm going to click on this support button down here. All right. I need a contact. I already know that I need to contact them. I'm going to email them. Okay. This is something I've done before, so I just know that it takes time. So I'm going to start to fill out the information. So I'm going to fill out the information for my account, my email address, what this is about. Okay, so I'm going to specifically ask them to remove distribution. Okay. So remove distribution for early editions of a, okay, issue. Distribution removal or title cancellation. Okay. I want to remove distribution. The title will be removed from our distribution channels, but will remain available for you to order via your IngramSpark account. I don't necessarily want to cancel the title. I could actually go through now and like clear out some of these older ones and fully delete them from my account, but I just want to remove from distribution. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what I did last year when I did this for Enemies of Peace when I had the new edition come out. I'm just going to say, hello, I am publishing. Okay. So what I'm telling them is I'm going to tell them the title of the book and the ISBNs to remove. I am not going to mention the new books, okay? Because I don't want them to remove those from distribution. Those are my new books. I don't want that to happen. So I am going to just fill this out for all of them in one. Okay. So I'm going to fill out all of those. Now it is going to ask for the ISBN here, so I will copy and paste this first ISBN. But I am going to actually include all of them within the body of the email. So that way I'm giving them all the details and they can just do this all at once. That's what I want. I ultimately want this all just taken care of at once. Because KDP was getting mad at me for sending too many emails. And I was like, well, these are all different. So, and what's nice is I'm actually going to have the hardcover for Going Wide and How to Write Your First Novel because I didn't have it for a while. So they're all now going to finally be the same trim size and have all the formats available. And that makes me very happy. Nothing makes me happier. Again, when you have multiple books, this takes a while. Okay, this is the one that's currently distributed. That's not what I want anymore. Okay. Oh, so now I have all of the details in there. I'd like to remove the old ones from distribution. I've made it clear which one is which, and I'm going to hit submit. And now I'm just going to wait for them to write back to me. And that's it, folks. Okay. Do you still need to send this? Yes. Please. No, I need help. Please send this message. They try to get tricky, like, oh no, that helped me. Yes, close my request. No, no, no. Keep my request open. I need help. All right. All right, that's it. We did it. We got our books uploaded. Yay! Congratulations. If this is your first book, I'm so, so, so excited for you. I have a whole cache of videos going back to 2018 of self-publishing, of how to upload things, how to optimize your platforms, how to market your book, all the things. And as you saw, I also have books about it. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, or maybe even hit that shiny new thanks button. That tells YouTube you get value from this video and they can get it in front of other authors like us. Now you can get back to writing your book.